Well, hello, YouTube. How about this? The Sharks are responsible for all 5 goals tonight, but they only win 3-2. Little exaggeration to start our live stream tonight. Let me make sure we're online. Yes, we are. Love to see that. Technology actually favorable this evening. Our TV shows went great, but you never know here on YouTube. Welcome to the live stream. Right off the top, because it's already 11:18, I'm hitting the 10-minute timer that I'm going to try and stick to tonight. Good regulation win by San Jose. That has to be mentioned above and beyond everything else. One of their most complete efforts of the season. Didn't start well. 50 seconds in, you're already trailing 1-0. But then Martin Jones settles and establishes himself. And like I said, the 2 goals Anaheim scored, both off of Mario Ferraro before finding the back of the net. Poor Mario. Or Mario, depending on what day it is. Like, the guy is so talented. He's an up-and-comer in the NHL, and he's had a couple rough games lately. One where he was on the ice. Why am I looking at the wrong camera the entire time? He was on the ice for 5 of 6 goals against. And tonight, both Anaheim goals going off him before beating Martin Jones. And that's just the bounces sometimes. How does the saying go? Sometimes you're the seagull. Other times you're the statue. Sometimes you're the statue. Other times you're the seagull. Anyway, long story short, I'll take it, though, as the Sharks win in, convincing fashion. They were the better team, I think, tonight. Probably more so than a 3-2 final score reflects. And let's be honest, Anaheim made it interesting down the stretch. And it's just, I think NHL this year for the Sharks might stand for no huge leads. Let that sink in for just a second. Honestly, I've got the soundboard here, and I'm not even using it. Not even using it. The NHL this year stands for no huge leads. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. So sorry. But no game is going to come easy for the Sharks. Like, no win's going to come easy. So tonight, look, you have to be happy with the effort. I'll go through here period by period and point out a couple things of note. But I do want to point this out. After tonight, a quick road trip out to St. Louis and back, but after tonight, the next 9 games are all against the West Division's top 3 teams: Colorado, St. Louis, and Las Vegas. So it's about to get heavy here really fast. But the title of this video, the whole theme of all this is tonight, the Sharks outscore Anaheim 2-0 in the middle frame. They held Anaheim to just 4 shots on goal in the middle frame. This has been, for whatever reason, a theme of the Sharks campaign so far is that they really struggle in that middle 20 minutes. And quite honestly, after having a, decent but still a little bit sloppy, little not completely put together first period, they totally rebounded in the second, responded not only on the scoreboard, but really grabbing the game, grasping it, and never looking back. So the second period tonight was huge, as I'll get to. But let's begin in the first period. First shift of the game. Sam Steele was driving hard, then centering on a 1-on-2 to nobody. Who else was even in front? Nobody, except for Ferraro's skate. And there you have it, 1-0 Anaheim. Now, I love the fact that midway through the period, the Sharks were able to get on a power play. The delay of game call, I'll leave that one to you. But the fact that Ferraro was part of the primary assist on John Leonard's first NHL goal. Now, Leonard's a guy who had his debut, first game of this season, had 2 assists in Arizona. Everybody thought, hey, let's see what we got here. And quite honestly, in the games after that, I thought he played quite well. I thought he was going to get this first goal that he got tonight. I thought he was going to get this a long time ago. But turns out it's game 14 of the season. Also this, let me throw it in there. Since I'm only going 10 minutes, I'm not saving anything here. 14 games is precisely 25% done with this regular season. That is pretty crazy already. You knew it was a shortened season. We knew it was going to come quick, but yeah, we're 25% in. But happy to see Leonard score from the right dot there, and Donato screening out front. Great shot. Glad he was on the power play. I look forward to Leonard specifically doing some more damage here in the near future, and I really hope this is the start of something. Again, I really liked what I saw at the beginning of the year, and for whatever reason, it kind of tailed off. I just hope he can, you don't always have to score every night, but do the things that make you think a guy could score every night, and I think he's capable of that. So Leonard on the power play, but I also noted in the first period here, put this down, a lot of turnovers, especially in the Sharks' own end, and even sometimes in the attacking zone. Just a little bit careless with the puck in the first 20 minutes. But that was, I mentioned that now as a negative. That actually turned out to be a positive because the rest of the game, you definitely did not see as much of that. Second period, Kevin Labanc, literally Labanking it. It didn't sound exactly like that. But he shot it off John Gibson from below the goal line, and I know a lot of people could say, well, maybe that was a centering pass gone wrong/right. I don't think that was a pass. I'm pretty sure that was an intentional shot. Just going to shoot it off Gibson. Why not? Sometimes that works. Sometimes that shot from below the goal line, especially if you can hit a goalie in the shoulder, if you can hit him on a skate or pad. There's a lot of weird spots, and the goalies are padded to the front. They are meant to stop pucks from the front. And all of a sudden, when you're hitting them from that side angle, the back angle, you never know what can happen. So I don't mind that shot attempt. I wouldn't, Curtis said on the postgame show, you wouldn't teach it. Of course you wouldn't teach it, but I don't mind a guy taking that. And so for Kevin Labanc, his first goal in 10 games, great schneid to get off of there. Another player I would love to see be dangerous. I would love to see, and I had a feeling the last couple games he was getting close to one. But good to see him get this. And then Logan Couture, the exact opposite of off the schneid. Logan now with 5 goals in his last 8 games. Leading goal scorer on the team at, 7 now? So, you're looking at your offensive leader, your top line center, getting the job done in the scoring department, and going 5-hole on Gibson too. Out of all the corners, out of all the spots you could pick to shoot on, pretty nifty, gotta say. Not surprised that one, what more can I add to the Logan team leading goal conversation or leading the team in goal conversation? Not much. I'm not surprised. Happy for it. I hope it continues. And I hope somebody challenges that, whether it's Hurdle, whether it's a Meyer or a Kane that can make a push. I think Donato's got a couple more goals in him too that we've seen in spurts, but I think we could see even more as this season grows older. But yeah, a lot cleaner second period for this team, and not really much to speak of, honestly, in the third. I wish there were another goal added to it. I know there was a power play chance, and again, that's going to be the theme of this season, I think. And we're already, a quarter of the way through, and it's easy to notice that no win necessarily is going to come easy for this team this year. And that's just by parity, that's by opponent, situation. They've been on the road a lot, but it's just like, name me the win that was easy for this team. That was like, put it to bed in the second period. It's never happened. And allowing that, I say allowing that second goal to Anaheim, realistically, it was a bad bounce. Went off Ferraro's stick. Comtois was, again, centering the puck. Ferraro was playing defense. Just stick blade was out there. What are you going to do? But I only say the lower maintenance win would be easy on this team in a sense of don't need to push all your guys, don't need to, and especially when you're down, 2 key defensemen, not even take it easy. I don't mean to say take your foot off the gas type win, but a couple of those I think would go a long way for this team if they could get them. I'm also here to say it does not seem like that is going to be a thing for the Sharks here in 2021. Wins are going to have to be earned. They're going to have to earn all of them. I mean, look, out of their 6 so far, 4 have come in shootouts and overtime. Only 2 have come in regulation. It has been tight. And I also want to say this. I mean, there is some pessimism around the team, around how they've started. Certainly there's a whole conversation around Erik Karlsson. I'll get to that in just a second. But they're only a couple wins away, like literally 2 more wins away, putting together a little streak, and you're right in that 4th playoff spot. I know it's crowded. Minnesota and Arizona are going to make that an interesting place to hang around and loiter. But as of right now, it's ridiculously early, even 25% in that we're talking playoffs, but we have to. There's the timer. All right, couple final thoughts here. I'll check the comments before I go. I'm just interested to see what people are saying. But I do want to say this and state this about Erik Karlsson. Before we knew that there was an injury, before Saturday's day game against Las Vegas, he didn't play the final 10 plus minutes. And so that was a tip off that something was wrong. Lower body injury, don't know the extent, don't know the duration. We knew before the injury that Karlsson's season with 4 points in 13 games, like the offense clearly was not there. The creativity, the production was not there. But I think what was frustrating people the most is that the defense, which shouldn't slump, which can be something you have a little bit more control over slumping, wasn't there either. It's like baseball. You're gonna go through great hitting streaks and you're gonna slump for a bit. That's the nature of it. Same thing with scoring in hockey. You're gonna score in 3 games straight, then you may not score for 7 or 8 games. But the point is, all that was kind of hazy, right? His season was a bit hazy to begin with, and now you're adding kind of some clouds to the situation. I don't know why I'm going all weather here, but now you're adding a certain overcast layer to everything in a sense of, well, now do we look back and say how long has he been hurt for? Was he really trying to muscle through something? And that's the reason why he was struggling. And, hockey players don't share this kind of information, so we're not immediately going to know. But it really clouds, for lack of a better word, it clouds the situation. And now, in a shortened season, of course you're going to say, well, you want him back as soon as you can, but why do you rush this if it's something that's going to repeat itself? And we've seen him get expedited back a couple seasons ago and came back too early with the groin injury. So it's unfortunate, it's cloudy, and hazy at the same time. And then just in terms of Šimek's departure, I hope it's not long-term. I know it's upper body. I think it's when Marchessault hit him the first time. Don't want to speculate on head injuries, but that to me seemed part of it. And I just hope it was an eye-opener for the team that next time if something happens like that, one of your players gets run, that, I'm not a retaliation guy, but if that's going to happen, like your team needs to establish who they are, part of the chemistry, like that can kind of, as much as it can hurt a player, take a player out of a game, take a player out of a couple games, like you'd rather have that be a situation that tightens your team rather than has your team go like, well, nobody responded. So, all right, that is that. Sonic Tonic really enjoyed the game. Yeah, I did too. Honestly, I really did feel like it was one of the more solid efforts. Was it a full 60? No, but I mean, getting a lot closer to that than we've seen. Jordan Furtado, we looked more simple on the defensive end. Yeah, Curtis used that word too tonight. Simple. Let's see what else is being said here. Anything else? Nice to see very few penalties be committed by the Sharks tonight. Yeah, you're going to take a few, and obviously the penalty kill hurt them over the weekend. But all in all, like I said, let me just sum it up like this. Oops, I realized I'm looking at my live stream here instead of, I'm all over the place tonight. It's not a good streaming night for me. I'm hitting all the wrong buttons. Let me just say it like this. The game they played on Saturday against Las Vegas, pretty good. Like, not a bad game. Yeah, they gave up three power play goals to the Golden Knights. But overall, the effort, that same effort would get them wins on a lot of nights. That same effort got them a win tonight against Anaheim. You got to be near perfect to beat the Golden Knights. Less so against Anaheim, and I think you saw the product of that. So, but now, like I said, moving forward, the next 9 games are all against the combination of St. Louis, Colorado, and Las Vegas. And that, my friends, is going to be a huge test. No other way to put it. It's going to be difficult. Fortunately, you're on the road for only 2 of those 9. So 7 at home, but consider the opponent. Not going to be easy. 6-7-1. 13 points through 14 games. Close to 500, and you've only had 2 of those games on home ice. But it was fun tonight. Had a good time watching the game, had a good time on the broadcast. Brownie and I with some antics, or should I say, Brodus and Curdy, as Honor called us. I love that moment. I've made that exact same flub too. Also forgot my name one time. So, all right, that's going to do it here. YouTube, I appreciate you checking in. Don't forget to follow and subscribe, and I'll talk to you next time.